Welcome back to another video of Forza Motorsport 7. This time, we jumping into Forza TV to show you 3 races that I didn't expect to be competitive, but they really were. So I had built an A-Class RX-7 as tribute to the Forza 2 Motorsport days, where I would be racing the MR2 and Mike would be in the RX-7. I just wanted to make something new. And then I ended up doing some multiplayer with it once I put a tune on it, and the races were surprisingly competitive because I didn't expect it. I wasn't recording, right? And I think actually it's easier for me to have commentary after the fact. So you can see the RX-7 there with the wide body kit and the RE Amimia livery, whichever mispronunciation you want to pick, that's fine. So I'm taking off here. I wonder if the telemetry, so I'll leave that up so you can see. It's not the same as the gauge, that kind of sucks. But it is a red line at 9,500 RPM. Purposely did that to make a 10,000 RPM car. So we've raced the Suzuka 100, 300, 400 times. That was dirty. You'd think I'd know the corners pretty well, but I'm still getting used to the car, balancing the throttle. You can see the percent on the right side, and the performance characteristics of this RX-7. So I'm hunting down the BMW. I'm pretty sure I checked behind me in the game right there too to make sure no one was too close and it didn't need to be defensive. This corner coming up, I've never taken it in the RX-7, right? And I haven't done any A-Class races, so I was really careful, cut it real hard, real dirty, cut it harder than an emo kid. That corner was clean but not optimal. You heard the car bouncing off the rev limiter there? That's kind of a artifact of the replay, not so much my actual driving. I should have unwound the wheel a little wider, but I was watching him. If I had unwound the wheel a little sooner, probably would have been able to stay on the gas like I thought I could have. So the RX-7, I put the rotors in it so it stretches that red line out. Gives it a ton of horsepower, but not so much torque, so the acceleration's not so great, especially compared to what you just saw the BMW do. However, it's still fast as fuck because I put the transmission on it to match that horsepower and torque with the gearing. So I can stretch out my gears, keep them close. Alright, coming up to the super fast corner. Again, haven't taken it in this car. Yep, so we're feeling it out. That was pretty safe. Alright, I know I can outbrake him on the hairpin. I've seen that the last couple corners. Nice and tidy, nice and tidy. Yep. Alright, so tires are cold, and that was evidence to that. Trying to pick up the draft, but the straight's not that long. Trying to optimize the handling characteristics and sweep through those first 2 corners. I don't think I gained on him at all through those 2, which means I did not go fast enough because I do have the better handling car. Granted, all G-forces we can pull are the same. And I'm not familiar with whether his car is like, you know, one of the top tier A-Class cars or not. I'm guessing it is. Because we saw 2 of them in the hopper. And actually both these guys are in the other races too. Who ordered fog? Alright, thank you. Fog and steam. Alright, so now downshifting, looking for that apex. Being better about the wheel this time. Yep. On the gas. Caught him a little bit, but only in the corner. He pulls away on the straights. And I'm 50-50 on that's his car and the gearing he's pulling out of, through second specifically. Or if it's me not optimizing the corner exit. Could be both. Yep, this turn, just trying to make sure I fly through it as fast as possible so I can maximize the straight. He's barely pulling away from me. I'm gonna see where he breaks. A little kink in the wall on the right. I still could have taken that faster. It was faster than lap 1. See how much I catch him on the brake zone. And then I gotta make sure I get maximize traction on corner exit. He starts pulling away through second and third. So after these 3 races, I did keep tuning the car. So now I'm at a better spot, I think, for more power. I'll have to do some more races and find out. But yeah, I am on the hunt. Like, we are, you know, 3rd place is nowhere in sight at this point. We have left him behind. He is not falling to the pressure, and that's really what I want to do, is get close enough to pressure him, because I don't think I'm fast enough to pass him anywhere. I could outbrake him on that last hairpin, I know that. But here, I'm trying to lay on the pressure, force him into a mistake. I slid a little bit trying to stick with him. I fucked that cone up. I didn't show it on the replay, but it in the game I did. Yep, so there's the pressure coming out, messing up. I got really happy to see that. He also locked up a tire. Now I'm close because of those 2 errors. So, I'm not going for a pass in this corner, but I was looking for it. Forced him defensive. We both take cutout lines. Had I had been in 3rd person perspective for that corner, I could have had a better exit, because I didn't realize he was so far from me. Because, you know, I was doing this race at Bumper Cam. Didn't see this guy till the last second. Glad he was a ghost. Talk about shitting yourself. But yep, I'm okay with missing that exit because it's the first part of that. It's really this corner that needs to be awesome, and I did take it a little slower than I could have. I was just nervous about losing control of the car. Alright, so I'm in the draft. I'm gaining on him a little bit. Not looking for a pass, but I'm afraid he's going to hit the brakes and I'm going to dive in the back of him. Fuck up my corner. And again, I was in bumper cam, so I couldn't see. I should have switched to 3rd person. That's also why I left it in 5th. So, can't outbrake him here, but I try to cut the fuck out of that corner. And it does help. So, had I had another lap, I think I would have got him. It's almost like either my tires don't... Yeah, so he blocked me there. Alright, so that was the end of the first race. It was good. You know, like only a tenth or 2 behind. So Prague was not around, or Prague, however, I don't know, was not around when we were playing Forza. It's a gorgeous fucking track, dude. Like, I don't know where it qualifies so much as like a circuit that's good to test a vehicle on or good to compete on, but it's a pretty fucking course. So, alright. I actually am in 1st because I'm showing you the races in order, in reverse order. And I didn't realize that until just now. The Suzuka was the 3rd race against those 2 BMWs. This is the 2nd one. So my first race, which was actually the 3rd video you'll see, I had a really good lap, and that's why I'm qualified 1st in this one. So flying around here, I know they're right there. I've raced on this track like once, had no idea that curve was going to throw me like that. So that sucked. Yeah. So lots of chaos behind me. He's, again, flying away from me. I'm in the draft too. Alright, so I do not have max downforce on the car right now. It is a balanced downforce setup. Because again, I'm not familiar with the course, so I didn't optimize it in the intermission. But I know I've got this BMW in my left right now, right? So I'm thinking about the next 2 corners. I'm going to take it easy on this one, and then try and stick to him for the S's that are coming up because I can see them on the radar, right? So he ends up squeaking in front of me. He overshoots that corner, in my opinion. Same thing with the Z. If he wasn't there, I would have slingshot around it a little faster, but I went for the late apex because it's safe and, again, not familiar. Alright, so this one I know is a twofer. Could have taken it a little bit faster, again. The only other time I raced on this small section on a short circuit version of that track, so I know to not apex that first one. He tried to, too fast. You want to apex the second one, which I missed a little bit, but again, he's behind me already, right? Like, so what was the point? We're going across the bridge and just checking out the views real quick. Now this next section, scary as fuck. Solid walls, no curb. And I really wish I had practiced here because I could have been more dangerous about the way I fly through it. Still pretty safe, and they're not pulling away from me. The second corner, long brake zone. No reason to apex that because what you're looking for is to get back on the gas and fly all the way around the outside of the track. Alright, so I'm in third, started first. Not too upset because it's a competitive race, right? I'm liking what's going on. Catching the BMW. Number 2. Purposely don't hit that curve that time. Yeah, on the verge of understeer here, but able to handle with them just fine. You can see the Z is like still twitching back there. Can't tell if it's from horsepower or person input. Now I don't know how I didn't hit the fucking guardrail there. Let's go back. Oh yeah, the magic of the replay. Look at that. Oh man, inches. Initial D style, right? Okay, he actually hit it. He lost his mirror. That's pretty funny. I didn't notice that in the race. Okay, so I hear the Z behind me. You hear him? Whoop. He fucked up. Don't hear him no more. Again, I know the S's are coming up. I know that here comes the turn where he overbraked last time. He doesn't do it this time. That's fine, because I'm still looking to sneak in on the inside as we cross lines. I did a little bit. Didn't have the traction though. Again, initial D'ing the shit out of that corner when it comes to millimeters clearance. Alright, so I'm sticking with these guys, and I'm realizing, again, like, how am I supposed to get around them? Can't beat them on the straights, and I'm just the same on the corners, just about. Oh look, there's my opportunity, right? So I'm gonna slow this down. We are 3 fucking wide, and I'm pulling ahead. And this cocksucker does not steer away from me. Look at all that room he had. So I totally get dicked, right? So full speed. Full speed bullshit, so you can see how fast I couldn't, like... I realize after the fact I should have backed out because I shouldn't trust them, but we've been racing cleanly this whole time. This whole time. So it's completely unexpected. So, back into it, right? Car's all fucked up, even though there's no damage, it's only cosmetic. Now, it's game on. I'm pretty pissed, so I take a deep breath, time to focus the fuck up. I'm going to catch them. Right? So here we go. Late braking, looking at that corner entry, like getting close and powering out, not to lose the rear end. Let's fucking go. 10,000. Climbing, climbing, climbing. Gear change and go. Right? Dude, I am pumped right now in game. I'm on the fucking hunt. There's no way. Oh man, if I had 2 more laps, you know, I'd get back and I'd totally pit maneuver the shit out of him. Alright, got on gas a little too early. I'm glad those things aren't solid. It is the European Union, I guess, and not the Pentagon. So that's good for me. Still not sure how to maximize this corner. I know I just want to keep my speed up. And in doing so, go a little wide. We'll just take that wall as a bounce. Cost me probably a half second. Not optimal on that turn either. Enjoying the view. There's the bridge we're going to go across. Over in the water. But, yep. Up into fourth. Let's go. Alright, fishtailing under braking. Love it. Let's go. I'm waiting for it. Power. I see them. I see them fighting, and I'm getting closer. I want them to compete. I want them to keep pushing, right? Because they're just going to fuck each other up. So this tunnel is called the Love Tunnel, and that's why, because people get fucked in that tunnel. Alright, so getting it close, but I know I need to go out wide right after I touch the inside corner to make number 1 and number 2 successful corner. Here's the bridge where I get dicked. Thank you, helicopter, for matching speed. Cool. So, trying to fly through here, only a couple corners left. Getting really close to that. Oh, yep. So the game actually flagged caution ahead when someone spins out in the positions in front of you. So I got back to 3rd, but only because the had some fighting. I don't know what happened, but hey, news for me, points for me. Alright, so that was race number 2. Super intense, but tons of fucking fun. Not gonna lie, I don't even care about winning anymore. It's just like being competitive and flying with these people because I don't understand the meta of Forza. I don't understand or know how to optimally tune my cars to make like the 1%. So, you know, I don't have that kind of time anymore. It's not like Forza 2 where I can run Nürburgring, 50 times a day and do a 24-hour stint of it. All right. So this was the first race I did with the RX-7, and it's gonna show. Not as bad as the Rivals video, so no need to talk shit, but we'll see. I've also only done a different configuration of the circuit. This is the first time I'm taking a couple of these corners. I also have to check the radar after every corner because I'm not really sure where we're going. And this was the first race with all these dudes, so I'm really careful because I don't know how any of them race, right? So I was telling you the race in Prague, I was really surprised that dude dicked me like he did, because in all these other races, everyone was really clean, right? I didn't touch him, actually. He was on the gas really hot. I'm going super slow. Yep. Crawling out of the corner, power on. So I'm really excited for the straight in the car. I'm trying to push him because I want to catch up to everyone. I don't want to just go around him. And I need the drafting buddy. So me pushing him actually didn't do shit. Could have gone around him, but whatever. So he goes offensive, then back not. I go in real deep, and he pinches me off, which I guess is fair. Like, you know, it was an aggressive dive from me to take the inside line on a 3-wide turn, and I wasn't even door to door with the guy. I just outbroke him up to the corner. Shoot too hot into this corner because I don't know where the fucking break point is yet. Kind of pissed about that because now they're pulling away from me, and I literally am in last. I can't remember a time in Forza ever where I've been in last, right? Unless I've been spun, and I haven't. Going through here, pretty pleased with the RX-7. These that I'm catching them again. Looks just like last time, except I'm 2 car lengths back instead of, you know, where I was before. Muscle car pulling away. And I'm excited about the straight. I think I said this last lap, is because I wanted to test the speed on the transmission gearing I did on a real circuit. Right, getting up into 5th, see if I don't even need 6th. Good and bad things there. But I didn't trust those curbs, so I didn't put the power down on them. That corner, starting to figure out. Brake. Boom. Got it. And coming out of the corner, could have trail braked better through that and not lost so much speed. Man, this car is hard to listen to, not gonna lie, from third person view. So, doesn't that sound so much better? When I went to bed after this, my ears were ringing. My tinnitus was going. Bumper cam's not as bad. It's that extra rasp from the third person. Alright, so we'll go bumper cam for a bit. Should have been in second. There we go. Now I remember. And I'm pretty sure it's a 4-lap race, so we got one more to go. Alright, so that corner, every time I've slid a little bit on the gear change, right? Because the gear change wants to happen on the corner. If I'm thinking about that in this straightaway, brake, and I'm saying, okay, next lap, I'm not going to fuck up the corner with a gear change. And then it's in the back of my mind, but now I'm still focused on not finishing last. But it is my maiden voyage with the RX-7. Looking for those apexes, clip, clip. A little too fast, should have stayed on the brake, but it's okay. Fishtail, you know, over to the right side of the track for that hairpin, and now it's time to bump on the gas up to 10k and shift. Boom. So the gearing I've done in my future tune, which will be my next Forza video, is more power optimized, and I know where to shift. I actually shouldn't be revving it all the way out to 9005 because I can get better torque a little lower in 4th and 5th gear specifically. Alright, so shifting early was my solution to not shift in the middle of the corner. Good thing I figured it out now. Oh, we still got one more to go. 5 laps. So that corner I felt really happy about. Balancing the throttle through that one. And this one, 40%. You can see it like me holding it as close to 50% as this controller will let me. Just keep that neutral cornering because I've got a square tire setup, so all my tires are 255. I don't have wider tires in the rear because the RX-7 is 50-50 weight balanced. I wanted to keep that inherent attribute true to this rotary beast, right? Call me a purist. But it's part of what makes the game fun for me. So Yas Marina Circuit is an awesome looking place. It's got the glowy dome over there that changes color. Oh yeah, bitch. I caught you. But it's a little too late, so I'm trying to like sneak over to the left so I can fly around this corner. And I have a run. Can I do it? Boom. The answer was no. I'm pretty sure. I wonder if I can start from the... No, I can't. Pretty sure Ooh, I can't remember if I won or lost by a 10th of a second. I'll have to look some other time. Doesn't really matter right now, though. So those are all 3 videos and my commentary after. I think this is a good way for me to do it, because if I try and do the commentary while racing a 4 or 5 lap track that I'm not familiar with, I'm just going to be saying a whole bunch of stupid shit. Let me know what you think, if it worked. And if you liked some of the new tracks, I'll be sure to show you the others, like Brands Hatch, and all the weather effects on it. Long Beach. Haven't raced here yet. This looks cool. Is this where they do the X Games at? I don't know. Alright. But yeah, man. That's it for this video. Later.